Today we're going to be taking a look at the Razer Kraken Tournament Edition headset and comparing them with these, the similarly priced Logitech G Pro headset. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Fight! Hi, welcome to my channel where I do tech, gaming and lifestyle reviews. If you're new here, then please consider subscribing, hit that notification bell so you know when I go live with videos like this. And hey, everybody hits the likes because I like them, YouTube like them, everybody likes them. Right, okay, so I recently picked up this, the Razer Kraken Tournament Edition headset for my son. Now, I use the Logitech G Pro headset that I previously did a review of, so if you haven't seen that review then make sure you do check it out. At the time it was an upgrade from the cheap headsets that I normally went for, but you know what they say, buy cheap, buy twice. And I was duly impressed by what you can achieve by just spending a bit more money and breaking free from the sort of cheap headsets that you get all the time. Now, at the time I was considering these Logitech G Pro, I was also considering the SteelSeries 3 and of course the Kraken headset. They were all within that sort of £50 to £100 range of headsets. Now, I opted for the Logitech G Pro at the time because of their low-key styling, and Shroud uses them. Anyway, my son needed a new headset to replace the cheap Chinese brand he was using. So I thought we would give the Razer Kraken Tournament Edition a go, as he's doing more and more PC gaming, and these are great for PC as well as consoles because it has a 3.5mm jack. Now, let's get on with the unboxing. So the Razer Kraken Tournament Edition. Wired gaming headset with USB audio controller for the PC, PlayStation 4, Switch, Xbox One and smartphone. You can also assume that it's suitable for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox One Series X. THX spatial audio supported, so not all games have it, but if you check on Google for THX spatial audio games, you'll think, I think Metro Exodus, Destiny 2, Call of Duty, lots of things like that have that functionality built in. And there, as we go, so this controls that the THX spatial audio, full audio controls. We'll come to that with a game chat balance, so you can sort of swap the balance between how much of the game you want to hear and how much chat, etc. Custom tuned 50mm drivers, ergonomic design, cooling gel infused oval ear cushions. We'll see how comfortable they are, and also it comes in the green version. This, of course, is the black version. Right, let's get on and open it up. There we go, lovely, nicely presented. As you can see, I really kind of like the way it's packaged and boxed. You do feel you're getting a slightly more premium product than some cheaper headphones that you get and stuff like that, so that's quite cool. So straight away you can see it comes with two formats here. So this 3.5mm jack there, so that's going to work with your PlayStation, your mobile phone, your Xbox, your Stadia, whatever it is, your Switch. And then this is obviously your controller here, and it's a USB connection there, so when you want to plug it into the PC. So it'd be interesting to see what controls you get if you're using it on console as opposed to the controls that you get if you're using it on PC alone. But obviously this is the way to connect it to the PC to get the benefit of the full kind of control using the remote here and all of that. Anyway, let's put it all together and test it out. When using with the PC, it features full THX spatial audio for that next-gen sound and full audio controls for on-the-fly personalization. So, for instance, you can vary between sort of the chat volume and the game volume just by using the controller when plugged into a PC via the USB dongle. The Logitech G Pro also has an external USB sound card, so you can only get the benefit of all these additional audio features when using the PC for both of the headsets, but they also work great with the consoles. You just don't get that feature set that you get when you're using it with a PC. The audio of the Kraken is produced from these custom tuned 50mm drivers, as is the case with the Logitech G Pro, and it has a soft, cooling, gel infused oval ear cushions. The ear cushions have a hidden indented eyewear channel, so should be comfortable for people like me that wear glasses. Now the ear cups themselves have that kind of leatherette feel as you get with the Logitech G, but there is this sort of material, sort of velvety cushion bit on top where it's in contact with the ear itself, which is quite nice. So where it's in contact with the skin, the leatherette bit's not in contact. It's this nice sort of soft velvety material on top, which is kind of cool. The cups are super big. I mean, they're totally covering my big old ears. They are proper over-ear headphones, so that's really good. Build-wise and quality-wise, they feel quite good. It's a mix of aluminium and plastic, so you have sort of plasticky bits around here, but then the central bit going through here is aluminium, and then around here is aluminium as well. So they're considerably lighter than the Logitech G Pro. Logitech G Pro do feel heavy. It's because it has this sort of steel bar going around here almost. Although I find that the Logitech G Pro has an extra sort of cushioning in the top. Because it's considerably more lighter than the Logitech G Pro, that means it should be good for long-term gaming sessions. Although the Logitech G Pro has slightly more, as I say, cushioned bar at the top on the headphone strap. And also the Logitech G Pro actually sort of clamps. It's quite a hard clamp onto your head quite firmly. But over long gaming periods, I think I'm going to prefer the lighter Kraken. They do sort of feel much lighter on the head. There's less clamping force than what you have with the Logitech G Pro. And actually, because of the less clamping, I mean, the Logitech G Pro fit nice and snug. I feel if you are a person with a big head, I don't mean that metaphorically, I mean literally a big head, then the Kraken Tournament Edition will probably fit your head much better than the Logitech G Pro, because this sort of is quite a clamp together on your head. There's markers on the adjustments here, and the headphone wire is sort of tucked neatly behind there, so it shouldn't be catching at all, which is quite good. And there's a nice sort of satisfying click, for those who like satisfying clicks. I like the fact that the mic on the Kraken can retract as well, as I often use my headset just as headphones, and then I might be using, say, this mic and stuff if I'm streaming or talking to people. So it's good that I can just slip this away rather than having to detach it like I would on the Logitech G Pro all the time, because I always hate having to sort of take things out and put them back in. Although when it's fully extended, it does feel a little rattly. You can hear that there. Now, you can unplug the headphone cord from the Logitech G Pro, which I find quite useful, but it's permanently attached here, so don't go wandering off all of a sudden with your headset still on. As with the Logitech G, the Razer Kraken comes with an external sound card for the PC and its proprietary sound software called Synapse. But this sound card is also a control box, and it comes with a sticky side, beware. And the point is you can literally, stick it wherever is convenient, so you have your sort of desktop control when playing on the PC. So you need to really think about the placement before you sort of stick it down. You don't have much cord between the control box and the headphones itself. You have like 140 centimeters between where it plugs into the control box to your headset. But the cord on the control box to the PC is 2 meters long. So think carefully where you want to place it. I'm going to place mine on top of my PC, which is next to me here. It has, as I say, that silicone sticky gel, which I think you can sort of clean and then it sort of gets sticky again. But I think once you stick it, you don't want to be unsticking it all the time. So make sure your placement of where you're going to put your little control panel is at a convenient place for you on the desk and not too far away that you're too far away with the cord on the headphones. I'm not putting it on my desk because I have a lovely leather desk and I don't want to be sticking things on my lovely leather desk. As soon as you plug in the Kraken headset and the USB slot into your PC, it should start automatically responding and download the software that you need. Once you've downloaded the software, you can test. There's a little button there. There's a little application where you can test the stereo sound, the surround sound. The THX Spatial needs to be tested with those games that have it built in, and you go into those games and you select that option that's available, and then you make sure you've got your THX Spatial selected on your control panel, and then you should be able to kind of get the difference or hear the different sound or get the benefit of the THX Spatial. Interestingly enough, the headset comes with a free code for another piece of software from Razer, the Razer 7.1 surround sound. Now, the Razer 7.1 surround sound, what that does, the little application or software that comes with it, is it applies a 7-point surround sound effect to other sound devices. So I downloaded that using the code supplied, and I've applied that to my Logitech G Pro, giving them a 7.1 effect just by using that software, but that's by the by. The USB dongle has various different settings. So you've got settings for the THX spatial on and off. You've got volume button, you've got a mute button, you've got a bass level button, and then you've got that varying the volume differences between the game chat and your actual game sound as well on the side as well. So that's really quite useful if you've got people in your chat who are a bit loud. You can turn them down and increase the level of your sound just by using the switch on the side. There is a big feature set within the Razer Synapse application itself. To get the best out of it, you need those games, as I say, that allow THX spatial, and you apply that in the settings of the games. To be honest, I found playing games in the stereo mode, oddly enough, much better, as the surround sound I find a bit overwhelming or sort of busy, so you can't always pinpoint because it's sort of the noise is sort of all around you. And ironically, it's sometimes harder to pinpoint where that sound is coming from. In stereo mode, I found it much more accurate to pinpoint things. As I said, when using with the console, you don't get the benefit of the dongle because you're just plugging in the 3.5 jack into your sort of console handset. So you do get the benefit of that great stereo, and it is great. I've been playing Doom Eternal through my Stadia controller, and it was loud and boomy compared to the Logitech G Pro. I also played some PUBG to really get a sense of whether I could pinpoint where people were kind of walking before they turned the corner and shot me, as the normal way of things. So you do get a sense of that directional sound, and again, the stereo aspect of it is very good at pinpointing. Although I do find the Razer Kraken edition very, very bombastic in its sound. If you like that in your game, the explosions are really big and the gunshots are really loud and boomy and bassy, then you're going to love these Kraken. I found them much more bassy and boomy and sort of a bit OTT, to be honest, than the Logitech G Pro. There is something much more subtle about the sound detail with the Logitech G Pro. The Razer Kraken is just more in your face, so it's really a matter of choice. If you like to really be kind of, it's like when you go to the cinema and this kind of sound is almost overwhelming in an action movie. That's what you get with the Kraken Tournament Edition headsets. And if you like that kind of loud, boomy sound in action games, then these are going to really suit you down to the ground. They say these have been developed by gamers for gamers, and you really do get that sense. There's been a lot of thought gone into so many different aspects of the design. As I say, when I first used the Logitech G Pro, I was amazed in the detail and the quality of the sound when walking on different surfaces. Now, you still get that with the Kraken, but it's just a bit more bombastic, as I say, and I think you maybe just lose a little bit of that subtlety, as I said. Again, I think it's down to choice. It's a matter of choice. I think these are a good choice if you play a lot of action games and you like that kind of sound to be right in your face. When my son was playing with these, I could hear some of the sound. So there is a bit of sound leakage with these. There's more sound leakage with these than there is with these. So that's just something to bear in mind if you're sort of sharing the space with someone and stuff like that. Now, in terms of the mic, I struggled getting the mic level qualities just right, and you'll see from the demo here. This is me using the Razer Kraken headset here, and you've got the option of mic monitoring here, which I don't really like because I don't like hearing myself in my headphones, but you can if you want, and obviously you can have it quite loud. Oh, I can hear myself there, or not at all. Personally, I have it off, and then you've got options like volume normalization on, ambient sound, so presumably if I'm typing like that, whether you can hear or not, ambient sound, and then vocal clarity. So this is with vocal clarity on, and you can tweak these as well. So I can have it really high, so the vocal clarity is really high, or down there, or take it really low, vocal clarity down there. And again, with the mic sensitivity, I can take it right up here, so down there, and to have it set medium, or we can take it off there, take the control off there, so you don't have it. And again, mic volume as well, we can take it down really low and up to there. So there's lots of
different features that you can have. But this is just me recording as I play with the various features, so you get a sense of what the sound quality is like overall.
But with a bit of refinement, you can get it where you just want. But I found it was a bit of a pain. And placement is also key. Make sure it's not under your nose, or you get that annoying nose breathing sound, which it seemed to pick up super easy. But pulling the mic down just below the mouth there, or just in front of the mouth, made all the difference in the world, and it was gone. Personally, I prefer the voice clarity turned off and the volume normalization a little higher. You'll notice when I switched between the settings, there was some distortion in the record as it adjusted itself. You wouldn't normally make those adjustments on the fly, so just bear that in mind. Without the USB connection, say with the consoles, you don't have that flexibility, but the mic sounds okay. Just get the mic placement right. So overall, I love the comfort of these, although they could do with more cushioning at the top, but the lightness makes them good for long gaming periods. They're great in normal stereo on the consoles, and great on stereo on the PC, and the audio flexibility that you get with being able to alter things is really, really cool. The mic quality I was slightly less impressed with, as you'll hear on the records I made using it, and there's some odd sounds in places. But at PC level, the feature set is really impressive for this sort of budget. The EQ gives you the option for various settings such as movies, games, music, and your own custom settings. There's more versatility than you get with a Logitech G Pro series in PC settings, but I find the mic quality on the Logitech G Pro much better. And as I say, both headsets fall within that £50 to £100 mark, and I think you can't really go wrong with either of them. Personally, I prefer the Logitech G Pro just for that subtlety of sound, but I think my son prefers the Kraken Tournament Edition just because of the loudness and the bombastic nature of that sound. Anyway, I hope you found that useful. I hope you found it interesting. Please do me a massive favor. If you're new here, hit subscribe, hit that notification button so you know when I go live with videos like these. And everybody hit the likes because I like them, YouTube like them. Hey, it's win-win-win. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around very, very soon. Thank you.